This time, let's talk about the length of a vector in R3. This is also known as a norm of a vector in R3. So here, we are to illustrate first the formula in solving for the length of a vector, and then later on we'll have an example to illustrate in this given video. Now again, allow me to use here the 3D interface for Desmos to illustrate the relationships I would like to talk about later, especially in deriving the formula. Now, take note that the notation we use for the length or norm could be this one here, or commonly used is the double bar. But of course, they mean the same thing. And if we are going to have here, let's say a certain vector z in R2, let's say we have x and y components, okay? Let's just focus first on R2 and allow me to use x and y components so that we could introduce this later on as part of our proof. We know that the length of vector z in R2 is actually the square root of the sum of the squares of the components x and y, okay? So this is the formula for R2. And this time, we're going to illustrate that in R3. Now, in this Desmos, allow me to add some details here. So I'm gonna input some important details here, okay? Let's say we have here this point. And the vector for that is, allow me to type it here. Okay. So this blue line here is the line segment which corresponds to our vector at this certain point. Okay, so we are going to look for the formula that will allow us to solve for this. Okay, now take note we are on 3D. Okay, we are on 3D. We have a combination of 3 different planes. But if we're going to look at this one using the x and y planes, this is the x, right? That's the y plane. Allow me to rotate this one here, so that this would be similar to our xy Cartesian plane. And you would see here that that vector is plotted in this form along x and y, along that x and y plane. Take note, it's not the same as that, but just looking for x and y, we have this form here. And if we are going to talk about the value of this point vertically, that corresponds to your y, and value of this point horizontally, which corresponds to your x, and draw some line here, we could have this length or this line segment equivalent to a hypotenuse of our right triangle here, which corresponds to its legs would be y and x components here. Therefore, this corresponds to this formula as well here. And since this is an R3, let us denote it as c in the meantime. Our c squared, the hypotenuse for this, is actually equivalent to x squared plus y squared in this given expression, where y again is the distance of this point from the x axis, and your x is the distance of that point from your y axis. But this c squared we are writing here is not necessarily the same vector as it is. It is just the representation of our vector along x and y axis. If I may, this is how it would look like in our plane, in our x and y plane. Okay, it would be corresponding to this given point here. Okay, so that is the point along the x and y plane. And if I'm going to draw a certain line segment to that, or the vector towards that point, okay, allow me to input it here in the meantime. Okay, so you would see that the C earlier is actually this purple colored line segment here. This is the C. Okay, so this is not yet, our C here is not yet the formula for your vector here, because this just corresponds to the reflection of the vector along x and y plane. Okay, now to complete that, allow me to rotate this in this manner and in this perspective. Okay, so again, this was C. The purple colored line segment was C, and we're trying to solve for this blue colored line segment, the length of the original vector at this red point here. Now, if you're going to look at this perspective, considering that we are now involving the Z plane, we could see that if you're going to draw a line from these 2 points here, allow me to draw that line. Alright, we could see that this gray colored line, okay, together with this purple color then, which is C, as we have illustrated, are actually the legs now of another right triangle, where the original vector we are trying to solve for would be the hypotenuse. Okay, allow me to draw it here. I mean, to illustrate that here, if it's the hypotenuse we're trying to solve for, it would be the vector or the norm of your x identified here, okay, in general form. This is equivalent to the taking this as hypotenuse, okay? So let's call that as any other variable. Let's call this as r squared, is the sum of the squares of this one here, which corresponds to your z, okay? The z component of your vector, z squared, plus your purple colored here, which was your c squared. And we know that our c squared is actually equivalent to x squared plus y squared, previously shown here. This would mean, just simply arranging them, this is equivalent to x squared plus y squared plus z squared. And r squared here, as we have denoted earlier, is actually the corresponding vector, the length of vector x. So we can denote it here that they take the square root of that, the square root of this, x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Our r corresponds to the vector x. In this case, using the components now identified here, is actually the sum of the squares of the three different components. This is now the formula in solving for the length of a vector in R3, which is actually again patterned to the formula in R2, but this time we have 3 dimensions. Take note, we had this as part of our proof in illustrating that originally it was this blue colored line segment that corresponds to our vector. Looking at our xy plane, we can see that it's actually the hypotenuse component with x and y being legs. That corresponds to your purple here. And looking at that in z axis, we can see that that blue colored line segment is the hypotenuse of that c earlier and the z component. Okay, so let us have an example here. Let us say our vector is 2, 1, and 4. That would mean, let's say this is our vector x. So the length of vector x, or again, the norm of vector x, they mean the same thing, is the square root of the sums of the squares of the 3 components, which would give us square root of 4 plus 1 plus 16. That's actually square root of 21. This is how we identify the length of a vector in R3 and the derivation prepared here. Thank you very much for watching.